is ANN News Brief.
The U.S. says it plans to negotiate a comprehensive trade agreement with Kenya in an ongoing consultations with American lawmakers. U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer told Congress Donald Trump administration intends to follow Trade Promotion Authority TPA procedures set out under a 2015 law which ensures lawmakers can play a role in developing U.S. negotiating positions for the talks. Last month, trade negotiations were identified with Kenya, along with Britain and the European Union, as top priorities for this year. A trade agreement with Kenya would be the first U.S. trade deal in sub-Saharan Africa amid growing concern about China's investments across Africa. U.S. President Donald Trump and Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta announced the intention to start formal trade talks earlier last month. Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has indefinitely postponed its mediation mission to Guinea because of coronavirus pandemic. ECOWAS was meant to delve into issues surrounding President Alpha Conde's possible third-term bid and to convince him not to run. There are growing concerns over Guinea's political future as the disputed referendum and legislative elections draw near. Some say Conde's alleged third-term agenda could possibly plunge the nation and sub-region into violence. We'll be right back.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow this story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
Malawi's President Peter Mutharika has sacked the country's military chief, General Vincent Lundwe. The president had refused to ratify changes to the electoral laws which had been approved by Parliament and were meant to pave the way for fresh elections in May. The army chief's sack is likely connected to the fact that protesters who took to the streets against the outcome of the polls reportedly enjoyed army support and protection. Mutharika is increasingly being accused of doing everything possible to frustrate the holding of a new presidential vote after the courts last month, agreeing with an opposition petition, annulled Mutharika's victory in last year's election because of irregularities. That is ANN News Brief at 11. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Ademi.